So I'm filming on my computer, so this is my take like 5 with this, because I keep thinking of stuff when I'm talking. So, I want to talk about adoption, which I've seen. I mean, I know a lot of people are adopted. Everybody has their own story. If like, I mean, yeah, everybody has their own story of adoption, and I watched some couple people that I haven't met personally, um, on YouTube explain their adoption. So, their story or sharing their story. Um, so I want to share what's gonna. I was gonna share mine. I'm gonna try to keep this short, just because I'm just gonna keep on talking and I would forget what I said back here, because I don't memory's weird. Like I sometimes I remember things, sometimes I don't. So, I'm gonna start with this. And I was I don't know. I can't make the face, but I tried. Um, this is me with this was my passport photo, my first passport photo. Which I mean, of course, nobody remembers when they're 11 months old. Your parents know. If of course your parents are, I don't know, older siblings, or I don't know. Remember when you were younger? Actually, I don't remember. It's hard to remember when I was. Well, you all were younger. But anyways, so I was adopted at 11 months. So I don't remember. Like, I'm Chinese, but I grew up in the American culture. So because I haven't been back to China, I want to someday. At When I was younger, like, you fill out those sheets and it's like, where do you want to like get to know you things, like where do you want to travel to? And it's like every single time I put that answer as China. I mean, I like to. I mean, I've traveled to other places in the world too, which are great. But I'm like, there's one place. China's the one place I haven't gone yet. I will someday, but we haven't figured out a time to go yet. But this has all my this thing has all my paperwork in it. The paperwork that was sent back and forth and stuff, like, and then the letters are in here with like people, like friends of my parents at the time. Some of them I still know now, some of them I don't. But they keep so I kept all their letters. I didn't, of course, I didn't put together this book. My parents did. But I look at it from here on out. Sometimes, which is nice. So I, like, with my adoption story, I was 11 months, and my sister Allison is 11 months younger than me. Like not exactly, but we have different birthdays. Just they're about 11 months younger. She arrived while my dad and my grandma were in China, and then we came home. They come home, I think, exactly a week later from getting me. So I was officially adopted on October 5th, 1997, and then a couple days later, a few days later, my sister was adopted. I mean, born. Sorry, born on a few days later, the same year. So my parents never had twins, but yeah, my parents never had twins, but they had two kids very close together. Like, they had two babies at once, basically, without having twins, which is pretty cool. So, and then, yes, of course, I don't look like my siblings. It's like, I think I've always, like, people's like, oh, you don't look like your parents. Like, a lot of people are adopted. I'm sure a lot of people are adopted that don't look like their parents. And there's people who are biological, obviously look like my parents, their parents. But that the look alike, you look like your siblings or you look like your sisters, that doesn't bug me. And yeah, and then I'm also the oldest by like 4 years from, so we're all relatively close in age. Um, so yeah, looks don't bug me. I mean, I sometimes get those comments like, "Oh, would you ever want to meet your parents, your biological parents, or something like that?" And with China, it's kind of hard to do that because you don't have that information. So I could visit the place. I could I could visit the place I'm from, but that doesn't mean like, you know, it makes sense to me because may not make sense to someone else who doesn't understand adoption or anything. But like everybody's different. If someone wants to adopt someone, they can. Um, and like with me, it's like I don't care. I'm My siblings are my siblings, my parents are my parents, and that's end of story. Can't really like. And I mean, I've been asked questions in the past. It's like, huh? Like, why don't you look like your parents? Or are you close to your parents? Which is very weird because if I was adopted as a baby, I basically grew up with, no, like really, like my parents raised me since I was a baby, so why wouldn't, it's like, I don't know, weird questions like that. Um, but yeah, so that's my little spiel about my adoption and spiel story. Um, these two paintings right here. Did I mention this already? I don't even remember if I did. I'm gonna repeat it. That these paintings came from China. Um, so that's my little story, and like with like, yeah, okay.